Hello to all my sunflower and diamond friends. How is everyone? Oh my goodness. I can't believe we're already second week in October. Yeah, it's like, wow. I hope everyone is doing good. I am doing okay. I'm not good because my Snoopy passed away last week Sunday, but I'll get to that in a minute. I just want to first acknowledge that. The temperatures here have dropped some, which is okay. I'm still got shorts on, but I'm hot blooded. I get my hot flashes, so I wear shorts to keep cool. Okay, right now the temperature's at 59 degrees. Oh, by the way, welcome to my channel, Sunflowers and Diamonds. I'm Jackie Williams, and I live in Kansas. So that way you know a little bit about the temperature. Okay, so let's go back. It's 59 degrees now. It's to get 88 as a high. The wind is at 10 and it's supposed to get windier. We'll just say it that way. It's going to get windier. And this is my WIP and chat number 62. So yes, and I have 255 subscribers. So if you're one of my subscribers, thank you for subscribing. I do appreciate you. All right, I'm going to lay this off to the side. I have U.S. Hero over there. I'll let you know why here in a minute. But I'm working on my Christmas tree from Hobby Lobby. So yeah, and I just poured my special diamonds in my tray here. You can see that it's a pretty blue, and the number is 11. So, and I use the wax things. They seem to pick up the diamonds better. So hold on a minute. I want to see if I can find the 11s here, and then I'll move you down. Excuse me. I've just seen one, but I would think there's more than one. Okay. Well, eventually I will find. All right. First, let me read comment from last week's WIP and chat, so I don't forget that. I'm reading it off my husband's iPad. Last week's, and there was only one comment. I thought there was more, but I don't know what happened. If there were, I apologize. This one is from Crafty Chef Diamond. She says, thank you for keeping me company while I work on my Scary Girl canvas. And then she sent 3 emojis, one with and then a ghost and a skeleton. Have a wonderful week ahead. And she says, I'll add your diner friend to my prayer list, and happy crafting. So yeah, thank you for that, Crafting Chef Diamond. Okay. And then I did have a short I mentioned about Snoopy passing. So let me move my camera down, and then I will talk to you about that. Okay. Hold on a minute. I gotta move this light around. It's gonna get tangled up in my ring light thing here. Sorry about that close-up of me. Okay, let's move this here. And, oh, right there it is. Let's move that scissors out of the way. And let's peel this back. All right, here we go. So, yep, I know I did the WIP and chat last week. I don't remember. Snoopy was still alive last week, Saturday. He passed on Sunday, so tomorrow will be 1 week. He's been gone already. My husband had planned on just him going somewhere, but he kind of changed his mind, which I'm glad he did, because then he was home and he got to spend some time with Snoopy, even though we did not know that Saturday was really our last day with him. So, anyway, so Saturday we spent the day, just doing things here at the house. We didn't overly work, which we should have, but, it's okay. Oh, goodness, that one just got stuck there. Okay, trying to hold this and talk and everything else. All right. So, anyway, so it was in the afternoon, I don't know, maybe 3 or something. My husband took Snoopy outside so he could do his duty and everything, and he went and did it, and he stood in the grass, and he sat outside with Snoopy for a while. And then before he even went out, I said, "Do you want your hair cut?" And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "Well, let me do it before, it gets cold." Because then usually when it gets cold, he goes to, it's called Great Clips. Or in Hayes, they have, it's Hayes Hair Academy. And that's students who are learning how to cut hair. You can go there and they'll cut your hair at a cheaper rate. And then, they have instructors who watch and help you and everything. But my husband just buzzes his hair, so it's not like it's that difficult. Put it this way, if I can buzz his hair, anybody can. Because, when you buzz them, you just buzz it all the way down to the scalp. But my husband's hair grows fast. I wish mine would do that. I mean, used to, but going through menopause and everything else, yeah, it don't grow as fast anymore. So anyway, so then he came in, we got the stuff, and we went out our back door. And I said, "Snoopy, you want to come out with us?" So he did. He came out, and he just stood in the grass, and he watched me cut Gary's hair and everything. And then I had Gary come in to go wash his head so I could see, if I missed any spots. And Snoopy wanted to go in, so, I said, "Okay." I said, "You go in." And I actually followed. And then, I finished Gary up and everything, and Snoopy just was extra quiet. And actually, he hadn't been eating or drinking, so I knew something was up. But, I can't force a dog to eat or drink because, he's not feeling well. So, anyway, and then Snoopy was laying on the couch when I went to bed, and I covered him up, and I told him I loved him and everything. And I said, "I'll see you in the morning." So I went to bed and everything. And then next morning I got up, and I'm trying to think, was Snoopy by our bedroom door? Because usually he does that. Anyway, so I carried him outside so he could do his duty, because he was having some walking issues, which is fine. And so I carried him out, he did his duty, and I brought him in, and I tried to give him some food, but he didn't want any. So I said, "That's okay." I said, "You can always eat later." I said, "In a way, it's just too early." So I went and put Snoopy on our bed, and he was laying on my side of the bed. And I ate breakfast, got myself ready because I went to church. And yes, we have early mass, which is fine because I love going to early mass. And then I came home, I checked on Snoopy, and he was laying still on my side of the bed, just, like he always does. And so I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to go lay down on the couch and take a nap. I thought, I'm kind of tired. And I thought, I didn't think much of it. And then I did hear Gary get up. And I don't know, he came over, checked his phone. He says, "I'm going back to bed." I was fine, whatever. And I ended up falling back to sleep. Well, then Gary got up. It was after 9, and he came over and he says, Snoopy, he says, I think Snoopy's gonna go. I said, okay, that's fine. And I was so groggy from sleeping, so I was trying to get myself awake. And I finally went over and he said, Snoopy's gone. I said, okay. And so I ended up, I put it in our family text group. I said, Snoopy's passed, guys. And I came over into the bedroom and we wanted to put Snoopy in a box so we could, take care of him. And Gary goes, well, Gary had knelt down by Snoopy and he told Snoopy that he loved him. And he said, if you're ready to go, it's okay. And he gave Snoopy a kiss. And he said, just like that, Snoopy left out a big breath and he was gone. I said, well, that little stinker, because I had been telling him all week. I said, when you're ready, you just go. I said, we love you. We took care of you. You was the best dog ever. And, we gave you lots of love. We had lots of fun together. But I said, when you're ready, I said, you just go. Don't fight it. And like I said, he was on my side of the bed when he passed. And it took Gary to tell him it was time for him to go. I said, that little stinker. Even though Mama told him, and him and I were more, Gary and him were good friends too, but Snoopy and I were more, because both times when I was so sick, Snoopy, he was there. He's even when he wasn't feeling good, he still was following me around the house. And it's like, oh my goodness, it's like, Snoopy, you gotta be tired of standing and following me. So I would always pick him up, put him on the couch so he could, I said, you can still see me. I said, I'm right here. I said, I'll come and check on you now. But it didn't take long. He wouldn't be on the couch very long. He'd be by me, following me, which is fine. I was like, oh my goodness, you're not doing well yourself and you're still looking after your mama. I said, oh baby, I love you. So, I gotta turn my fan on, guys. I'm just stinking on. So yeah. So it's weird. He's gone. It's quiet. And I said something to my mom. She said, was he that noisy? I said, no, it's just, it's different. He's gone. I said, it's on the quiet side. I said, not that he barked all the time, but, he did every so often. And if Gary kind of like picked on him, got him going and barking or something, then it was kind of noisy. I would say, you two. And he says, well, I'm just playing. I said, I know, but I said, it's just like two kids. And Gary would start howling, and then Snoopy would howl with them. Well, it was funny, Monday night, Gary said something. I said, well, you howl. So he howls, and then I howl, and he looked at me. I said, well, I'm trying my best to be like Snoopy. I don't think he appreciated it too much, but it's like, oh, well, too bad. So, but anyway, so yeah, my baby passed, and it's hard, it's sad, but it's all good. And since I didn't have to work Sunday, it kind of made it nice. We was able to take care of Snoop. And then Monday we went back to work. It was weird because we didn't have to worry about taking him out to do his duty before laughing. I didn't have to cover him up. I mean, I made sure he was taken care of before I left. I would say, now I'm going to go to work. You got to take care of the place. So, anyway. Okay, I had the plastic. What did I do? Did it fall on the floor? Oh my goodness. Maybe I better grab. I think I have some. Hold on. Guess I can use this. I don't know what happened to it. I pulled it off once it blew all the way across. What you could have. I was looking for my piece that was on here. But probably when I turned the fan on, it probably blew and I didn't see it. Okay. Anyway. Hold on. I think I see what I'm looking for. Alright. Now I'm back. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Well, and then Monday I went to work, and the conversion, I guess, went. I'm not gonna say very good. It went good. I guess that's how I want to say it. And so then I just did what I had to do, and they were still. We wasn't open on Monday. We actually didn't open it until almost 2 o'clock on Monday. They weren't supposed to open at all, but I guess they decided to go ahead, and if people came to the door and tried it, they could, if they got in, they got in. So, yeah. And actually, Monday, I had to, I packed some Matthew gift bags. I don't know if I've ever told you about that. I'll have to tell you sometime what that is. Anyway, so I worked on that almost all morning. Yeah, I didn't get done until in the afternoon. And then we put 17 of those Matthew gift bags together. And then I had to take them out to the hospital. So, yeah. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I think you can see okay. So, and then, let's see. Tuesday was just another work day. Wednesday, same thing. Only thing is, in the evening, the credit union provided this meal for the veterans at TMP, which is a Catholic school. And we got to serve the meal to the veterans and their families. So that's what I did Wednesday evening. And then Thursday, it's pretty much a normal day. And then yesterday, and before my husband left for work, I said, what are we going to have for supper? He says, let's just go out to JD's. I said, okay. And then before he left, I said, well, I'm going to just stay in Hayes. And I said, there's no sense in me having to come home now because, Snoopy's gone. He said, okay. Well, anyway, Thursday, actually, back that up, a co-worker, she said, do you want a cat? And I said, no, I don't want a cat. I'm okay with cats, but I'm not. Dogs are my thing. And she said, okay. I said, but my mom would probably take it. And she said, okay. So she tried to catch it, but it didn't want to be caught, which is fine. Well, Thursday I had not really ran, but I drove over to mom and dad's, picked up the cat carrier, dropped it off by her place so she could try to capture the cat, and then I came home, and then she brought the cat carrier back because she couldn't get the cat. And so I sent my brother a message. I said, "Are you still working?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I had to borrow mom's cat carrier." And I said, "I want to be able to return it back to her." I said, "I don't want to have to hold on to it." I said, "Can we meet up so I can give it to you?" And he said, "Yeah, that's fine." So we did. We met up, and I gave it to him. Well, then, I should say, Dad had his eye doctor's appointment in Wichita, and my brother took him. And then Dad had the surgery on his left eye. They were able to do it. The eye doctor that's down there, he is the one who did the surgery. And everything went good. And my brother was telling me how things went and everything. And they didn't do it at the eye clinic. They did it over at Wesley Medical Center. Anyway, so Tuesday, my brother was sending us messages, and everything. And he was saying certain things, and then he told me that they probably was going to send me an email about some with Dad's surgery. And I said, "Okay." Well, I didn't get to check it until after I got home. Well, I was supposed to pre-register Dad, which is fine, but when I was trying, it wouldn't accept any of the information that I put in. And so I had to call my brother and tell him, "Well, make sure you leave early enough so, you got to fill something out, you can do it." And I says, "And also make sure they correct Dad's last name." I said, "They got it spelt wrong." And he said, "Okay." So he told me they corrected it on Wednesday. And he was telling me yesterday where we met, he says that when he got there, he didn't know where to go. So, because he was trying to find a check-in spot. Well, then he happened to see this lady, and he said, it was a nurse, he figured. And he said, "Do you work here?" And she said, "Yes." And she says, "What do you need?" And so he told the lady that, he had our dad, and Dad was supposed to have cataract surgery. And she says, "Oh," she says, "Well, I'll help you out." So she walked with my brother to where he needed to go and told him how to get checked in and everything. He said they were so nice and helpful down there. Then once they got checked in, they told him where they had to go next. And then he said, then here come another lady, and what was it? She showed him where they were going to take Dad, so my brother could go back. And then as they were prepping my dad, my brother had to step out, but they said, "You can just go over to this waiting room here, and eventually, we'll come, we'll let you know what's going on." And he said it was very nice. He said they were so helpful. I said, "Well, good, I'm glad." Because I really wanted to go with my brother and my dad, but I couldn't. So, sometimes it just doesn't always work out the way we wanted. Anyway, then Tuesday they happened to go to the VA clinic down there. And they had to go by travel pay to turn some stuff in and fill out paperwork so Dad gets reimbursed, because they get reimbursed on certain stuff. And then my brother and dad had to go to another area, and then they had to go somewhere else. And at one point, dad was getting tired of walking, and before they even started, my brother said, Dad, do you want a wheelchair? Dad said, no, I can walk. I can walk. Well, he didn't realize he was going to be doing that much, so he kind of got tired, which is fine. Well, then some lady just happened to be in that area, and she says, she said something to my brother, what are you looking for? And she said, I can help you because I work here. And he goes, oh, okay. Well, he was trying to find out how to get out because he wanted to go get his pickup so he could come back and get Dad. And so the lady said, here, I'll show you. And so she did. And so she says, so I don't know, like, what is your relation or something? And he goes, well, this is my dad. I had to bring him down for cataract surgery and everything. And so they got to talking, and I can't remember what her exact title is, but she can help us with more things with Dad. So it's like, oh, okay. So he says, he gave her my phone number, and then she ended up calling me. So we talked, and she says, let me have your mailing address. I want to just mail you some things. You read it over, and then you can always call me and ask any questions. I said, okay. I said, great. That would be awesome. Well, it sounds like she works with the caregiver. So like me, my sister, my brother, we would be Dad's caregivers because we make so he gets to all of his appointments and everything. So it's like, oh, okay. So now I'll just have to wait for her packet of information, and then I'll have to read it over and, see what it's all about. But she did sound really nice. I'm sorry, it was Thursday on the phone, and my brother told both and then he met a real nice guy at Travel Pay who was very helpful, he said. So he told him, and he told that lady, he says, we have no complaints every time we come down here. Everybody's courteous, everybody's helpful, they tell us what we need to do. And I said, yeah. And he says, even when we make phone calls down here, you guys are real helpful. So I said, we just got to keep telling them that so they know they do a good job. Oh, there's the thing I was looking for. Right there. The tree. Part of it. Okay. So anyway, Dad and my brother came home on Thursday afternoon, and everything went good. My dad will have an eye appointment again in Garden City this Wednesday, so my sister will be taking him. Then the last week in October, I'm on vacation. So then Monday, Dad has an appointment out here at the VA clinic. So I will take him then. Then, depending on what Wednesday's appointment in Garden City, how that goes, if he has eye surgery on the right eye, I will take him on Tuesday. And then Friday, we have to go to Salina because the eye doctor from Wichita comes up to Salina, and then he'll take Dad's stitches out. I guess Dad has stitches in his eye. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that's going to be my vacation week. I'm going to be busy doing all sorts of things. So in between, I'm hoping to do lots of diamond painting and I'm going to try to do some cleaning in my house. We'll see. I keep saying that and never gets anywhere. But, that such is life. And if you hear a dog, no, we do not have another dog. It's the neighbor's dog. They tend to put them outside, and sometimes I think they forget about them, but I could be wrong. Anyway, oh, and Wednesday night, our local Pizza Hut, I don't know if any of you have heard of Pizza Hut before. It started in Wichita, Kansas. And anyway, the Pizza Hut here in Hayes, and I don't know how many, but other Pizza Huts in Northwest Kansas, they had, I guess, a fundraiser for the police officer who lost his life the weekend before. I guess I haven't heard exactly how much, but I heard they had a good turnout. I guess I'm not sure what time it was Wednesday night because I was helping with the TMP veteran thing, but it happens to be the vice president of the credit union. Her son works at TMP, and he said that Pizza Hut finally had to turn their app off because it was to the point it was getting later and they probably weren't going to get all the pizzas made. So, they had to turn the app off. And I think he said they had, now I don't quote me, but I thought he said they had a 250-minute wait time. So you figure that out. I'm not good at math, so it just sounds like, that's a long time to have to wait for a pizza. But it was for a good cause, so, you have that. And the credit union, well, she's my supervisor, but she's the vice president at our branch, and she said she was going to have pizza for us for lunch, and she had gotten Pizza Hut pizza. And then her husband, he works for the courthouse, and he had placed an order for his workers, and he said he went and picked his up. Now she had ours delivered, and he said when he went to go pick up the pizza, I don't know what time he went, maybe 10:30, 11. He said there was already a line of people waiting to get in to Pizza Hut. The drive up was busy already, so it sounded like it was quite the deal. So it'll be interesting to see how much money they raise for the family. It's just unimaginable. But, so anyway, okay, that's like this done. Let me look over here real quick. There's just a few here. Okay, so before I forget, I finished my second square on US Hero, and it was a dark brown because it was the first square. It's laying over on the couch, and we'll go over there and look at it here in a minute, unless I clean this up and I bring it back. Anyway, I finished it yesterday, at 5 o'clock in the morning because for some reason Jackie was up at 2 o'clock. So I tried to stay in bed. Came 2:30, I thought, that's it, I'm just going to get up. So I did, and I came over here and I started diamond painting on my U.S. hero. So that's why I was able to get that second, well, it's the second block for me to do, but it's the first one on the canvas that I did, if that makes sense. So, yep. So then I ended up putting out a little short video asking everyone to start choosing a number 1 through 70, but don't pick numbers 1 and 25 because those are already done, okay? So if you like to participate, please put your number down in the comment and I will put you down. I'll show you here in a minute. I have a notebook here. See this? And I got names with their numbers, and I'm doing red and blue so I know. And then what I'll do is I'll put everybody's name with their number on a piece of paper, put it in and shake it up, and then draw one, and that will be the next square that I'm going to work on, okay? So if you like to participate, like I said, put it down in the comments what you're choosing for your number. Now, I just seen, right here. I just seen an 11, and it's like, I better make somebody do that. Okay. And when I get done with this, I'm going to give this one to my sister. And then I do have another one that I want to do for myself. I don't know. I may just put it here in the house because I already have my Charlie Brown tree at work. This will... I used to put up a tree, but it's just Gary and I, and it's like, oh, well, it's okay. Whoops. Okay. Whoops. Just seen another 11. It's funny how all of a sudden they tend to pop out at you. Okay. Alrighty. And since it's been a while, hold on a minute. I want a quick. Okay, I'm okay on time. After last week's WIP and chat, I happened to go up into our loft area. Oh dear. Because I was looking for some of my deaf and hard of hearing books and stuff because I want to pass it on to somebody. I found something up there and I thought, oh, I think I'm not going to read all of this. I'll just read some of it. But I don't even remember where I got this out of. It's a copy. Well, it's this one, the second page is Rules of the Road, but this one, it's still legal. It says, we all know human beings get up to some pretty bizarre activities, and sometimes laws have to be passed to stop them. But passing laws to make bizarre activities legal, that's either because they are old laws that have never been annulled, or because lawyers have found loopholes that make things technically legal, even if they were never intended to be. So, for example, this one says, in parts of Pakistan, for a man to swap his sister for a wife. Okay. And it's still legal in Nevada to hang anyone who shoots your dog on your property. Okay. And it's still legal in Utah to marry your cousin, but only if you're over 50. Okie dokie. It's still legal in Alaska to shoot a bear, but not to disturb its hibernation by waking it up. Well, first of all, why would you want to wake up a bear if it's sleeping? Leave him alone. Even I know that, and we do that with my own dad. You don't wake a sleeping bear. Trust me. It's still legal in England to shoot a Scotsman so long as you do so in Cathedral Close, York, on any day except Sunday. Okie dokie. It's still legal in Seattle for a woman to sit on a man's lap on a bus or train, but only if their flesh is separated by a pillow. Okay, so carry a pillow with you if you go to Seattle. It's still legal in Arizona for a man to beat his wife, but only once a month. Okay, really? You need to be horsewhipped yourself. I'm sorry. You do not beat your wife. I know there are some that do, but that's not nice. It's still legal in Turkey for a married woman to have a job, but only with her husband's permission. It's still legal. Okay, I don't think I'm going to read this one. Yeah. It's still legal in Sweden for a woman to be a prostitute, but not for a man to use her services. Okay. It's still legal in parts of South Carolina for a man to beat his wife, but only on the steps of the courthouse on a Sunday. Okay, this one you can, but on the courthouse steps and on Sunday. And the one in Arizona, it's only once a month. These laws are crazy. It's still legal in the Netherlands to buy, smoke, and carry small amounts of cannabis. Okay. It's still legal in England to shoot a Welshman as long as you do so with a bow and arrow inside Chester City walls after midnight, or with a longbow on a Sunday in Hereford. Oh my. It is still legal in Vermont for women to wear false teeth, but only with written permission from their husbands. Okie dokie. It is still legal for saleswomen in Liverpool, UK, to go topless, but only in stores selling tropical fish. Okie dokie. And if any of you live in the UK and watch this, and if you have comment, you may comment. I couldn't dispute this. It's still legal in Paraguay to fight a duel, so long as both parties are registered blood donors. Okay, well, that's good to know. It is still legal in the Netherlands to run a brothel. It's still legal in Pennsylvania to use the same vehicle to deliver carry-out food and dead bodies. Ew, I don't think so. Goodness. What laws? It is still legal for a burglar in Michigan to sue a house owner for any injury sustained while burglaring the house. Okay, really? I'm sorry, nope. If you want to be stupid and burglarize my house and you cut yourself, that's your problem. Sorry. Okay, it's still legal in Canada to have a water trough in your front yard, but only if you fill it by 5 a.m. Okay. It's still legal in Hong Kong for a betrayed wife to kill her adulterous husband as long as she does so with her bare hands. Oh, I don't think so. So that means you could only choke, and my luck, it wouldn't do good anyway. My hands are so weak. It's still legal to snore in Massachusetts, but only if all the bedroom windows are closed and locked. Oh, yeah, right. Sorry. I snore. My windows are open. If you hear me, then move on. I'm sorry. It's still legal. It's still legal in Iowa for a man to kiss a woman, but not for more than 5 minutes, and not if he has a mustache. Okay. I'm not even gonna try to figure how. Okay. It's still legal in parts of India for a woman to marry a goat. I like this goat. Look at it. He's like going, hey, what? It's still legal in Britain for a man to urinate in public, but only on the rear wheel of his motor vehicle, and only if he's touching the vehicle with his right hand. That's a lot to remember. And okay. Oh my goodness, these are hilarious. Okay, let's see. I'm not going to read them all. I did this page. So let's see. Next will be Rules of the Road. And like I said, I don't even remember where I got these, but they're cute. It's just funny. And then, oh, food first. Okay. We'll have to read that. And this is another, oh, this one, it's still illegal. And the other one, it is legal. Right? Yeah, this one's legal and the other one's illegal. Okay. And then this is an origami thing. Okay. $1 million humans. Okay, we'll have to look into that. Read that. That'll be interesting. Safety in the home. Okay, well, we'll have some interesting things to read about for at least a couple weeks. So I'll leave that here. So, yep. Oh my, that was kind of hilarious, wasn't it? Okay. Oops, I missed. Oh no, I haven't done this side. Okay, so let's do this. And then I'll check my time. Okie dokie. Oh, I'm okay on time yet, so let's see here. That's a pretty blue. I like that blue. Just saying, there was an 11 up here at the top. Now you guys won't hear Snoopy coming in and checking on me like he always did. Did anybody else get to purchase like a Christmas tree or a Santa Claus or any of the other things at Hobby Lobby? I was able to. I'm glad because I wanted the canvas Santa Claus. So. Oh, and I'm hoping that Monday I will get to meet up with my friend. So, oh, and she ended up having to put her dog to sleep also. And that was Monday. And it's like, oh my goodness. She had her dog 15 years. That's how old Snoopy was too. So we both had to put our 15-year-old, well, Snoopy just passed, but she had to put hers to sleep. And it's like, oh my goodness. So I hope I can meet up with her on Monday because I want to check in on her. Not that I haven't this week. I've been sending her text messages, but I don't know. It's been kind of crazy at work, so then I haven't been able to text the way I like. But it's okay. Okay, now I gotta pick this up. And if I meet up with her, I want to be able to give her her box from Diamonds for Better tomorrow. Because I got that for her. And I know that she would really appreciate it. So, the last I knew, she said when I said something about would like to get together with her, I said, we can do it this coming Monday, the 13th. I said, because one, the credit union is closed, so I'm not working that day. And we're not going to Kobe for treatment. My sister canceled the appointment. I think for the simple fact, we have to drive all the way out to Kobe. Tuesday, she has to go to Wichita for a test thing for her job. And then Wednesday, she has to go to Garden City. And that's a lot of driving, which I don't blame her. And she said something. I said, I'm okay with whatever you decide you want to do. I said, if you just want to cancel yours, I said, I can go get Dad and we can go out. And she said, no. She said, just stay at home. I said, okay. So my plan for Monday, hopefully, is just to do some diamond painting. Because I've in the morning this week, I've been able to do a little bit. I figure if I can just do a little bit, say 5-10 minutes, I'm okay with it. I mean, that's a little bit, or a little bit more I got done on my thing. So that's how I look at it. So yeah. So, okay, let's see here. Oh, and remember, guys, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so wear pink in memory of someone. And if it's not in memory of someone, just wear pink. It's okay. You can wear pink. I have no problem because pink is my favorite color. And I'm going to show you this shirt. I put my glasses on so I don't scare you. There. All right, so it says, I can't read my own shirt. Hope for a cure. It has a pink butterfly and it says Breast Cancer Awareness. So there we go. And then I have one other shirt. Then I have two for Diabetes Awareness Month, which is next month. So, and we can talk about that if you want. Okay, so let me go. I'm not going to bring it over here. I'm going to take you on a walk with me, maybe. Gotta get my phone out. Okay, I will try not to walk too fast because you're going to have to look at me. Oh, okay. Oh, let me move this. You don't need to see his clothes. All right, I'm going to turn it around so I can show you what okay, right here. All of this is finished. Because first, if you remember, I was working down like this. And then it wasn't working. So then I was going this way. Well, something still wasn't right. So then I finally put that metal ruler here. And I was able to get in place. And it finally worked out. And I'm thinking I may have to get another ruler, just help with other things. And there's the pocket when I got finished. So it'll be exciting to see what number I choose and where I'm going to be. I'm looking forward to doing the flag here. That's gonna be, I think is gonna be cool, and I think the boots are gonna be awesome. And this part here, the flag on his sleeve. So yeah, guess I could turn it around this way. Here, let's see if I can do something here. Okay, there we go. That's a maybe. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right, so that's how it's looking. You can tell. Let me see if I can come in a little closer. So, yeah, like right there, the pocket is done. And then right there, that's square. And that was a dark brown. Okay. Turn you around this way. Oh, I got to show you. We kept Snoopy's dishes. We have his collar. We do have his toys. I said I didn't want to get rid of any of that. And like I said, we're not going to get another dog yet for a while. Who knows? Maybe when we both retire, maybe not at all. I don't know. It's not that I don't love dogs, because like I said, I'd rather have a dog than a cat. Oh, and I'm going to show you. I went to Ollie's and I picked up this Christmas coloring book. So I have something I want to do. Color. I have some really, here, let me flip you around and I can show you some of the coloring things in here. Isn't that just, look at the reindeer. So yeah. Ooh, there are some cookies or cupcakes. Cupcakes and cookies. So yeah. There's a doll. Oh, Christmas ornaments. Oh, Christmas meal. Oh, Christmas bell. My favorite. I love bells. Draw a line from the drum, lights, or glove to what it belongs to. Okay. Oh, there's Santa's sleigh. Oh, look at this. That's just so awesome. I feel like I want to do coloring. Oh, look at Santa Claus in a cupcake. Actually, I told you I love bells. I have to show you. You can see me as I'm walking to where I need to go. I'm going to talk. I have a bell collection. Yeah. I do. I will show it to you. Okay. Gonna flip you around, so be ready. There it is. That's my bell collection. This one here, my mom made for me. She's an artist. She's crafty. I wish I had her talent. And I'm going to open this door. My sister and my brother purchased this cabinet from someone. And before Gary and I got married, they brought it over so we can set this up in my house so I could put my bells in there. I don't know how many I have. I have way too many, but they're all, a lot of them have special meaning to me. Some do not. The dolls up there are the leftover material from my bridesmaid dresses. So, let me see here without trying to hurt myself because I got some stuff on the floor here. Hold on. Okay, this one here, she's supposed to be like the bridesmaid, and then she is supposed to be like my flower girl. So yeah, I know her hair's kind of wild, but it's okay. So yes, that is my bell collection that I have. Let me see. The first bell. Hold on, let me see. I may need to turn my light on. Hold on. If I turn my dining room light on. I know, you can tell it's messy. That's why I need to clean. Okay. Well, I was trying to find my first bell. But unfortunately, I do not see it. Oh, remember? Oh, here we go. Empty Arms Hotel. Remember Roy Clark? He always did that. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Hold on. Okay. I gotta show you my first bell. I think it was a Avon cologne bottle. And my mom, being crafty as she is, you see the ringer there? It's out of pearls. She did that. And then she tied the pink bow up because I like pink. So, yep. That's... Oh, and this is I think an Avon one. There's a Coca-Cola one. Let's see. Yep, there's Santa Claus in that one. They need to be clean, even though they're in a cabinet. You wouldn't think they get dirty, but they are. I used to have, when I lived at home, I had shelves above my bed, and that's where they were. There's Bugs Bunny. I have some other ones way back there. So I just love the sound of bells. I think they're just so pretty. Oh, here, I'll have to show you. My mom did that one. That's of Old Fort Hayes, the block house. And then she did, hold on. Where are they? Where? Oh, right here in front of me. See this? Mom did this. She painted the Victoria Church on a bigger bell. Then she had these little bells. So this is St. Boniface, which is over in Vincent. This one is Holy Cross, which is Piper. This is Emron Church. I don't know. Hold on a minute. Oh, Sacred Heart. And it's Emron. And then this is St. Anne's, and that's Walker. And on the back are just little butterflies. So yeah, my mom did that. Oh, this one's from the month August. Hope, that's my confirmation name. This one is from Hilton Head. That's where my aunt lives. My sister got this for me when she was in Branson. I have... Oh, yep, here it is. I have this armadillo one. That's from Texas. Oh, and here's the tornado with the windmill and wheat for Kansas. Oh, my sister and I, we rented a house in Russell, and this is the house. Mom painted it on a bell for me. This was back in 92. See how talented my mom is? And then I have Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus. This one is a wooded one. See that? That's wood. So yeah. So that's, then I have these metal ones. So, yep, I got all sorts of bells here. I don't know who's going to get them when I pass away or whatever, decide I don't want them no more, I need to really organize all of this. It's quite the deal. Oh, I do. Let me see. Hold on, I gotta close this. Let's flip you around my mess. Ow. Okay, hold on a minute. I think, yeah, it's over here. Would you believe I have a cowbell? Yep, I do. I have a cowbell. This is what they put on their cows long time ago. Hear that? Hold on. I gotta figure out why. Oh, it's magnet. That's why. Okay, I did not know that. No, I knew the bell is metal. It's dusty. I need to clean it. Okay, hold on. You can hear it. There it is. That's a cowbell. I put those on their cows, and then when they needed to know where they were, they just listened for them. So, yep. This was back in 1986. Oh, on my birthday, I got it. So, yep. That's that. Oh. Okay, guys. It's already an hour and 6 minutes. I haven't done a long video in a long time. It's okay. So, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you was able to diamond paint while listening to me rattle on. Or just listen to me. And please remember, do all the things. Watch, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for being part of my sunflower and diamond community. I do appreciate you all. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else this week? Let's see, what week is this? Is the week of, oh, that's September over there on the calendar. I guess I better flip it up. But I know this is the week of the 13th. Yeah, because today is the 11th. Yeah, Monday is the 13th. Oh, that's my sister's wedding anniversary. They've been married 24 years. She got married 1 year after I did. And then Tuesday, Tuesday she goes to Wichita for her testing. Wednesday she has to go to Garden City with Dad. And then that's pretty much it for this week. Yeah, so we'll see what my work brings. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, things are working out. Things are going good, but yesterday and Thursday I didn't have much to do, but I decided to organize the mortgage files because they're getting ridiculous. So I found two shelves that were kind of empty, so I had to first clean them, and then I'm able to move them over to open it up, because when more mortgage files come, I can then slide them in. So that's what I did. Started that Thursday afternoon and did it all day yesterday. So, yep. So that's probably what I'll work on Monday, is more mortgage files. Get that kind of, so if I can have more room to slide more in as I get them. So, all right, guys, I'm going to say goodbye. Have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week. Okay? Bye. Love you all.